Hi, it's Kathy from Bishopstone Yarns podcast, and I'd like to welcome you all here to episode, I think it's 47 of the Bishopstone Yarns podcast. And for those people who are new here, this is a crafting podcast, and I just talk a little bit about what I've been making and doing. And we are, what is the date? I think it's about the 16th of August already. The year has gone really, really quickly, and I am coming to you from Tasmania, which is the little island to the south of Australia, and we are in winter at the moment. And even though we've had a really mild winter, I must say that the last few days have been really cold. Winter has arrived, and it is definitely winter weather. It is definitely sweater weather as well. Mind you, in Tasmania, I think it can be sweater weather most of the year. So, yeah, for those who are looking for me on the internet, you can find me as Bishopstone Yarns on Instagram. You can find me as Bishopstone Yarns on Facebook. You can find me on Ravelry as Bishopstone. And I do have a blog called Bishopstone Yarns on Blogger, which I don't use very often. Actually must get around to putting up another post up there soon. But I thought I had better come on. It has been a little while since I've been on. I have spent all of July spinning, and I haven't really got a lot of knitting done. So I thought I should still kind of jump on and just let you all know what I have been making. So the first thing I was making, I think last time when I was talking to you, was I was making a cardigan where I was using some very old Patons Fireside 8-ply, and I was knitting up the Blue Nostalgia cardigan, which is a drops design, and this was a free pattern on Ravelry, so you can find that there. And so I had bought some of this yarn in a D-stash locally, and I thought, well, I had better knit it up. So I have finished the cardigan here, and it might be a little bit hard to see. Well, I haven't actually finished. I finished knitting it. I haven't done the ends, and I haven't put any buttons on yet. I'm not quite sure where I was up to last time when I was showing you. So I will need to get some buttons to put in here. I also still need to sew in the ends, but maybe if I can give you a close-up of the sleeves. So there's a nice kind of lacy pattern on the sleeves, and maybe I might see if I can just put it over this jumper. It's not going to look particularly good, but let's see if we can. There we go. Does it show off? Can you see the little bit of the lace here on the sleeves? I do like a little bit of lace in my tops and jumpers, so yeah, I'm really, really happy with this one. I'm really happy with the lace design, and the fact that it's just kind of, it's all just plain knitting on the front and the back. It's just the sleeves and the shoulders here that have got the lovely lace there. That's probably a better way to see it. So it's got the lovely lace pattern here. Of course, I wouldn't be wearing this with a jumper underneath. I might try and see if I can get some photos of it to put in maybe in the next episode. If not, I will have some nicer photos of it, I'm sure, on Ravelry when I put it up on there. And yeah, I've been having a little trouble with my editing because the editing suite that I was using is, my computer is not recognizing it for some strange reason. So yeah, I have to rethink what I'm going to do there. Oh, and another thing I was going to show you. I've just got it on my lap here. I went to one of the op shops in town, and I found this beautiful pillow slip here. I couldn't go past it, with a lovely sheep on it with all the kind of different designs. We've got the tartans, got some tartans here, and all just, yeah, I just thought it was gorgeous. Because I didn't know what I was going to do with it. So actually what I have been doing is I just had it, excuse my back for a minute, I have had it just sitting up on my chair so I can see my sheep each time I come into my studio. What else have I been doing? So I have finished 2 other things which I can't show you because I have already given them away. One was I've knitted a pair of socks for my daughter out of this Patons azalea, which was a kind of a creamy colour. So they were just a pair of short ankle length kind of socks for her. And the other thing I knitted was the simple brioche beanie, which was also a free pattern on Ravelry. And I knitted this for my son. So this is the first time I had knitted a brioche beanie. I quite like the finished fabric. I really liked how it looks at the end. I wasn't too keen about the decreasing up at the top. I don't know if that was because I am not used to decreasing in brioche, or whether or not it's just the design. I think I prefer my crown, when I decrease on the crown, to what I usually do is I decrease in 4 spaces and then have the continual decrease like that, whereas this one was more of much tighter, a quicker kind of decrease. So it had a very quick decrease, and yeah, I'm not sure what I think of it, but the material itself, the actual brioche knitting, was really nice. So my son has that. And in terms of knitting, I think that's about it really. I'm about to start swatching for a jumper, but I will talk about that in the next episode. And I have started a little bit of crochet. So I had been showing a lady at the knitting group that I go to how to crochet, and I was trying to show her how to crochet a granny square. It's been a long time since I've done a granny square, even though I have done an entire blanket. So I thought I would have a bit of a play around at home as well. Where are we? So this is where I'm up to at the moment. My edges are curling up. And doesn't matter which edge I pick up, it's curling up. And so this is what I have made so far. I am just using up some balls of 4-ply, bits and pieces of 4-ply. There's another little bit here that I have in my stash, which has been sitting around for a long time, which I wasn't sure what I was going to use for. I think these were these are very old, and they're probably Patons, I'm not sure, but they're kind of like baby wool 4-ply, quite nice and soft, and they do make quite a pretty colour combination for the square. And I am using a 4mm, where are we, turn it around this way, a 4mm needle hook. I don't know what brand this hook is. It's just a cheap one that I've been using. So yes, there's the start of my blanket. I'll just keep going, I think, until I have run out of the wool that I'm using. I'm not quite sure. I think I've got some other colours, some reds and that I might put in there, but we'll see how it goes. I'll just I don't know how big it's going to get or when I'll get bored with it, but that is it so far. That's what happens when you see other people doing stuff and making stuff. It kind of inspires you to kind of move along with what you've been doing. While we're talking about what I've finished, I have finished some of my cross stitches. So I have finished the little Halloween sign. What sign? I was going to say it's a pillow. It's not really a pillow because it's very thin. It's a cross between a sign and a pillow. So I didn't want it really, really thick. I've just filled it so it will sit up as a little sign for Halloween. Might sit up there. Whoop. I have finished this one here, Nevermore, which is a quote from, well, it's not really a quote, it's a word, isn't it? From Edgar Allan Poe's poem, The Raven. So that is another one that I can use for a bit of a Halloween decoration. And I have also made a pillow from, the Christmas 18 something rather is the name of it, Christmas. If you go back, I have, I've talked about this before when I was doing it, so it'll be in my show notes from a previous episode, but I have finished by actually putting it into a cushion with lovely green material here at the back. So so there's my little sheep. I don't know that, I mean, even though it's called Christmas, I'm not sure if I would say this is really Christmassy. To me, it's a little bit more autumn, maybe. I don't know. Maybe a bit of an autumn kind of theme, I think. And I can maybe set that one up there. What else have I been doing? Well, I have started this embroidery, which I think I've shown you before. So it is the Tapestry by Carolyn Barani, who is from Salt Lake City. There we go. So I am working on this pillow or cushion here. I don't know if you can see that particularly well, but that's the one I am working on at the moment. I have almost finished it, and I have been working quite steadily on this one. I've just got to find that where the bottom is and where's the top. Hold on. Where is, I think this is the way it goes. Hold on. I think this is it. Okay, here we are. So this is how much I have done so far. I think I've only just got two. I don't know how to show you. I've got two flowers to finish. The big blue one down the bottom, and one part of the center of a kind of the orange and yellow flower. So as I was saying, I have almost finished this. If I can come up a bit closer, you can see a lot of these stitches. This is the first time I have done a lot of these embroidery stitches, but I am really, really happy with them. Really enjoyed doing it, but I am also ready for this to be finished. So I'm going to turn this into a cushion, even though I'm not really quite sure what I'm going to do with it. Just show you. I have, a little while ago, I finished another cushion, which was also, this one was a needle point one. So these, if I can show you close up, if you can see, so that's all done in needlepoint, and I've made it into a cushion, and I just have that in my studio. And I think that I will also keep my other cushion in my studio, because they're not really the kind of things that I want to have out and around the house. I don't want the dogs sitting on, the cat sitting on it either, or anything like that. So that's really all I've got to show you very much at the moment. I have still been working on my Farmer's Wife sampler quilt. I have started putting the blocks together, even though I have only done 70 of the blocks. I thought I needed to start putting them together, otherwise I will totally lose momentum. And I think, I'm not sure, at this point in time, I'm thinking I might even just stop at 70 and make the quilt up as it is. And then if I get around to making the last lot of the blocks, then I'll make them into something like a smaller quilt or something. I'm just not sure that I really want a really big, huge, massive quilt made up of all the squares. I'm not sure. I'll give it some thought once I put the last 2 rows. I've only got 2 more rows to put in that I'm adding together, and then I'll have a look and see if I decide to finish off the blocks or whether I just put the quilt together as it is. Yeah. And then I'm not really quite sure what I think about the quilt. Whether I mean, it's interesting, but because it's very different colors, and yeah, hopefully I can show you that next podcast as well, what it looks like. Yeah, I guess there's not really much else to really show you. I've just been doing lots of spinning, and I have, the other weekend, I did go for a little trip up to the centre of Tasmania to an old historic town called Oatlands. So I went up there to have a look at a weaving exhibition. The lady that I know has an exhibition in a place called the Weaver's Cottage in Oatlands. And so she has many cloaks that she has made. And so I thought I would pop up and have a look at that. And luckily at the same time there was a tapestry weaving artist in resident as well. So I went to have a look at her, and then of course I had to also go and have a look at the local yarn shop that was up there called the Lucky You. So I can just quickly show you the artist in residence that I went to see was Heather Dunn, and she gave me this brochure here of some of her work. And so this was when she was exhibiting at the Bathurst Regional Art Gallery, and we've got a photo of her doing some weaving. And so this was a really nice surprise to come across this lady and her work, and had a lovely chat with her and a lovely talk about tapestry weaving. I don't know, for those people who don't know, tapestry weaving is where it's like weaving, but you're making a picture basically with the thread, and it's just a flat weave. And yeah, she had some really interesting things because she was an artist in residence in Oatlands. She was making, there were 2 tapestries on the go. Oatlands has quite a large lake/dam, which is where the kind of, I think the local water kind of comes from there. So she was doing some tapestry work that was inspired by the lake and the reeds in the lake, and that was really interesting to see. And she was also using some natural fibres as well, which she had twined as well, and she had some lovely French linen that she was using, and then she had a few still life pieces as well, or tapestry weavings that were inspired by still life. So that was really exciting. That was an extra bonus. Now I can show you, just bear with me for a minute, the lady that I went to have a look at her exhibition is Vivian Crawford, who is this lovely lady here. My camera is not going to focus. So this is one of her cloaks, which is in a different exhibition. So she, along with 2 other people, Gillian Bremer and Dean Ribbett, had created this cloak for the Hand Weavers, Spinners and Dyers Guild of Tasmania had an exhibition called Traveller's Cloak, and each group put together, or each group or group of people put together a range of different cloaks. So we'll quickly just kind of flick through. So there's the lovely Viv with her work, and we've got let me just so we've got lots and lots of different kind of types of cloaks. Now the this exhibition started when COVID, just around about the time that COVID kind of hit, and so the exhibition started and then it finished, and because of the lockdowns, and then just recently it was also held up, part of it was held up at the Weaver's Cottage in Oatlands as well. And this one here is the one that I wove a piece for that. I think mine is up here in the headdress, because how do I say it nicely? I don't think my weaving was not as good as it could have been. It's a nice way of putting it. It was this was woven with really, really fine, almost like sewing, beautiful sewing yarn, and so it was a very, very loose weave, and I don't think I wasn't very consistent, so they were very kind to still use my piece, but hide it away so you couldn't see the mistakes that were in it. Anyway, so as you can see, it was a lovely kind of see-through, kind of very light, wispy kind of piece. And so that had I think 13 different people wove pieces for this cloak. I'll just have a quick look through. I mean, there were some absolutely gorgeous cloaks and fantastic inspiration, and how people came up with all these. Oh, look at this one. I have to show you that one. Isn't that just the best? And the best photo. Beautiful. We are really, really lucky down here in Tasmania to have some absolutely amazing fibre artists and people with stunning creativity. And there we go. Oh, it's just lovely, absolutely lovely. So there's a little booklet from the Traveller's Cloak exhibition, which the Hand Weavers, Spinners and Dyers Guild of Tasmania had put together. So, but that is not what I went to see. I went to see Vivian Crawford's beautiful exhibition up in Oatlands. So if you're in Tasmania at all, you get a chance to get to Oatlands, I would suggest going to have a look at Viv's beautiful work. Viv uses really vibrant colours, and the way that she puts her colours together are absolutely beautiful. And of course her weaving is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You can probably, I'm just trying to think, if you go back and have a look at my Instagram or Facebook, you might be able to see some photos of Viv's work in there. And yes, so that was really great. And as I was saying, I did pop into the local wool shop up there called The Lucky You. And oh my gosh, she has some of the most gorgeous yarns. She has dyed yarns that she dyes herself. She has some commercial yarn. She has dyes in there as well for sale. She has tops, and she has some fleeces, and oh, it's just brilliant. This time I actually spent too much time chatting to people in the shop that I actually didn't buy anything. So I'm going to have to go up and do another trip up to Oatlands just to go to the wool shop and buy some fleece. I think I might get some, yeah, I was looking for some white fleece because I can always do with white fleece some white tops or something to dye. So I might, yeah, in a couple of months I might go back up to Oatlands and have a little visit to the shop, and that is a definite. If you're ever in Tasmania or if you're in Oatlands, you definitely have to stop into the Lucky You and have a look at all that she has in there. Okay, well, I'm just looking around because I think that's it really. I haven't well, I guess I feel like I haven't done much. I have done a lot of spinning. I have done a lot of work on this because, believe it or not, this has taken me a little while to do, and I'm hoping to finish this one so I can start my Santas, who are probably sitting up there in the basket. So my 12 days of Christmas Santas I want to start very soon. And of course I need to finish my quilt, and oh, it just goes on, doesn't it? But that's the fun of it. That's what I really enjoy. And I guess that's the one good thing about making this podcast is that it does make me organise myself and get things done, start things and finish things. And hopefully my list of projects is getting smaller, even though by looking at my studio it doesn't look like that. But it must be getting smaller, I hope. The next thing I'm going to have to work on is try and do something with all my weaving threads up here, because I haven't really done a lot of weaving. That is the one, oh sorry, that is one thing that I forgot to mention. And if you just bear with me for a minute, I can hopefully show you. I did actually get some weaving done, which I also no longer have. I made a weaving for my daughter, and as soon as I find it I will show you. Okay, so hopefully this will show up. So are we going to be able to see this or not? Maybe not. How about if I make it bigger? So is it going to show up? Yeah, not particularly well. It is actually it's a throw to go on her bed or her couch. This might be a better photo. So it's kind of going. So that's it lying on a couch there. And so that's some of the mohair which I had dyed during Tour de Fleece. And then once I had started weaving it, I realized why I don't weave mohair when I use it for both warp and weft. So warp is the threads that are going this way and weft are the ones that are going across. So to make my life easier, I could have used wool for the warp and just done the weft in mohair, but I decided to do both in mohair, which meant it was quite well, it does cling to itself. It doesn't make for an easy smooth weave, and at times it becomes a little bit frustrating because it's quite hard to yeah, it's just hard work. But I got it done, I got it finished. So it is not a large blanket, it is a throw. And but the colors, hopefully she really liked the colors, so hopefully it kind of goes with a seaside kind of theme with those blues and that. I'm sorry that the photos weren't very good, but that's it. I think that's everything for now. I will no, I'm going to finish now because that's it, and I will catch up with you again. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, it'd be great if you could give it a thumbs up, and give it a like, and yep, bye.